I can do the intro now. Is it too late?
Go ahead. It don't matter. It'll all work out.
Okay. Let me know if you get the YouTube notification.
Yep.
Okay.
25 seconds.
Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, thanks for spending your Sunday with us here on Off Track.
No doubt. Thank God we're back up on video for a little while, at least on YouTube. Still not on Facebook. We got to have Sean for that, and he is still in a jail somewhere, or was it a sanitarium? I don't know. He's not taking his medications like he's supposed to.
Russia picked him up.
Russia.
Yeah.
Russia.
Russia.
And, they're,
Well,
whatever. He's working through it.
Well, yeah, I'm glad. Sorry I wasn't here last week. We weren't able to have a live show, but I don't know if you guys knew, but I was on a road trip, as I do sometimes, and from South Mississippi to New Hampshire, and then to Rhode Island, and then back to New Hampshire. So I don't know if this is gonna aggravate people. I really don't want to aggravate anybody, but this is something I think that's common when you're driving on a highway or interstate. I mean, and I know Rusty, you don't know anything about driving long distances or for a long time.
I don't really. I drive all short distances. But anyway, go ahead.
Or anyway, on the interstate, but so. If you're driving on the interstate and then you see a sign, a couple of signs that say road work ahead, and then you see the sign that says, okay, you're driving in the right lane, and then you see right lane closed in 1 mile. What do you do?
Well, there's two different schools of thought on what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, this is what I'm going for here.
Yeah, so the first school of thought is go ahead and get over, which I am fully for. Just go ahead and get over, and everybody maintain a constant speed. Whatever you're first of all, you're going in a work zone, so you don't need to be running 70. They usually don't want you running that fast anyway. So slow down to 40, 45. Maintain some distance in front of you, the car in front of you. Two car lengths, whatever, and just keep moving.
So as soon as you see the right lane ends in 1 mile, you get right over?
Well, you need to be looking to get over, I mean, you don't just freaking, yeah. You don't just, yeah. So, yeah, be looking to get over. Somebody should be kind enough to let you in.
They should be.
Yeah, they should be.
So,
that's how the whole merging on the interstate and stuff should be as well. But most people think, well, I'm running and I'm in this lane and they're just going to have to slow down. Hey, look, how about just let the car get up there in front of you and then figure it out. What does that hurt?
So that has always been my thought. As soon as I see the sign that my lane is going to end, I would always go to the other lane abruptly as soon as I could. But then I found out the engineering perspective. The engineering perspective is it says right lane ends in 1 mile, not right now. So you ride it all the way until the cones of the barrels start to cut you off, and you're supposed to zipper in.
Right.
You're supposed to. You're supposed to zipper in, and that's what keeps the flow of traffic moving accordingly. That way, you don't have one line of traffic all the way behind you, everybody in a single file, when you have this empty lane on the right. But I think it's like an unwritten or like secret rule for society just to move over so you don't piss anybody off. And I used to champion all the truck drivers that would try to move their big trucks kind of in the middle so nobody would pass them. But I kind of like the engineering school of thought where you go all the way up, and that's what I did today. And it pissed a lot of people off. Like 2 trucks. There was one like gas tanker that was trying to get me and I was just trying to go to the zipper. I wanted to be part of the zipper.
Right.
And but people don't think that way. If you talk to police, if you talk to construction workers or engineers that work on the highway, if they wanted you to merge over quickly, they would say merge now, or they would already cut off that part of the highway. But because it's still open and they have the cones or the barrels set up in the diagonal, that means zipper in. Everybody keep moving forward, because otherwise you're causing so much traffic in the back, this one line, and it's inhibiting a lot of people.
And just like everything else, in theory, works wonderful. In actual practice, no, because people are already in line. They've already gotten over. All right, and then they see somebody, 1 or 2 cars or 2 or 3 cars coming around everybody else, because they can't, I just can't wait. I've got to get all the way to the front, so they don't.
But that's what people think. But that's not what it is. They're just trying to follow the law and do this. And like I said, I've only known this engineering thing for a year after talking to somebody. It was anyway. It doesn't matter who it was, but you have to do the zipper, otherwise you're causing more traffic. If you don't, you're causing more traffic in the back. If you don't,
I think if you go out there with a camera and watch, it doesn't work. Why? Because the guy doesn't want to let you over because you've come all the way from the back, to try to get in. So he gets up there, so that guy has to stop and then try to force his way in, which causes the guy behind him to stop, and then the guy behind him to stop, and then the guy behind, and then it just becomes a freaking melee of people trying to get in, and then you have a backup of 2 lanes, 15 miles, instead of everybody, when you see it, to just look for an opening, get over when you can, as soon as you can. To me, that's what I see. And then, because if you notice, when you have this big conglomeration and all that shit's happening, when you get on the other side of it, it just opens up. So, and everybody's just free to go. Whereas if everybody would have just kept moving through there and let everybody, get over when you can.
And that's what a zipper's supposed to do. Keep everything moving.
That's what it's supposed to do. But in actual practice, it does not work. And if you go out there with a camera and watch it, you'll see people's like, hell no, you ain't coming around me to get in front of me.
That's what I did. I wasn't trying to beat anybody. I was just trying to follow the law.
But that's not the perception of the people that's already in the
I know that. Everybody's sitting there all self-righteous like, oh, you're a bitch. So I looked at it on the opposite side of the highway. I think this was in Alabama too today.
Probably. Yeah.
So, and I was watching it from the other side, and you have one lane. It's still open, but nobody's in it, and you have this like miles long when it doesn't have to be that way. But anyway, that was my bitch for the night. So if you are, you're totally within your right and totally within the law to use the other lane. If it's open, it's open. Unless it says merge now, ride it to the end. The only time I tend not to do it is if there's an accident, because I don't know. But if it's road construction, especially on a Sunday, I'm riding that bitch all the way to the end. And I would like to welcome Leprechaun to the show from Ain't You a Peach, and you all know and love him from your daily hello.
Hey guys, that tells you when it says right lane closed in 1 mile. That's telling you that you have 5,000 feet, well, 5,280, to get your ass over to the left-hand side of the road, because the right-hand side of the road is going to be barrels, and if you hit them, it's really hard on the paint job. And nobody has real steel bumpers anymore. Everybody's got these little plastic things, so you end up with the barrel in the passenger seat, and it's expensive. But that's what it's telling you. Hey, you've got this many feet. Get your ass over. Everybody slide to the left ahead of time. And then, like you say, you have those people. They go, I've got a 5-mile line of cars here on the left, and there ain't nothing on the right. And they try and zip up to the front and cut in. That's the ones that piss off. You were saying truck drivers kind of scooch over and block it off.
I used to appreciate that. I used to be like, yeah, F you guys, don't cut in front of me. But that's not, it says right lane closed in a mile, not right lane closed now.
True.
Ride it to the end.
It's telling you have 5,000 feet to slow down, because nobody has the full speed limit going through the construction.
No, the construction
just
today
like
was
you
so,
went to up north, I went west to Colorado, and that was the most irritating thing, because I did it over the 4th of July weekend, so nobody was working, but you still had the 55-mile-an-hour construction zone without a swinging fire trucking person in it. And slow down. They had people stopped for just that, going, there's nobody here, I'm still driving. It says it, you got to do it. That's what it's frustrating. Nobody around.
That sounds like torture from everything I saw on the news, everything I watched traveling on the 4th of July weekend, whether it was air travel or road travel, was just horrible. That's what I heard.
Mine was fantastic. I went from Kentucky to Colorado, and going out there, traffic was phenomenal. I left on the 2nd for a reunion on the 4th, so everybody had already left the Friday, so I left Saturday.
Perfect.
It was beautiful. No, very few trucks, very few traffic. Traffic was light, even in going through the cities. It was great. Now, coming home on Tuesday and Wednesday after the 4th of July, there was 433,000 trucks on the road. And
sounds like a ball buster.
Going out there, you could set the cruise control at whatever the speed limit was, plus 2 to 3. I mean, I tend to smoke while I drive, so I don't speed excessively fast. And if it's 65, I'll do 67. And that seems to be hunky-dory with everybody.
Uh-oh, Rusty don't like that.
What?
What are you talking about?
Speed limit 65. It's not supposed to be a plus or minus 10.
Oh, yeah, no, I only push it by 2.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. I think the speed limit should be the speed limit, and I don't think
Nothing over?
I don't think you should necessarily run the speed limit, but that's just me.
That's just me.
You should run faster then. So if it's 65, you should be running 67.
No.
I know. I do that all the time. I'm guilty.
No, I'm not, and that's why I drive a log truck. In case people don't know that, and I am really, really an outcast as far as these guys get in their trucks and they run just as hard and as fast as they can. If it's 55, they're running 65. If it's 65, they're running 75. They're going just as hard as they can. Me, I'm moseying. All right, I'm just getting there. If it's 65, I'm running 60. I'm going that. Nobody likes to run with me. Nobody likes to, and that's fine. I mean,
you're chill. You're not getting all stressed out when you're speeding. You're generally stressed.
When I'm on my way to the mill, and these 2 or 3 trucks, of course, they're getting in front of me. Whatever, we're all going to get unloaded eventually anyway. Mm-hmm. When we all get to the mill, it's not like they have already weighed in and they're gone and inside and weighed out. No, they're right there in front of me. I mean, they're right there. So they might have saved themselves a minute.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't
Maybe.
make sense. But I have to say, as frustrating as driving can be, especially in traffic, or if you're used to driving in one state and then you're driving interstate, I was getting so pissed off, especially in New Jersey, because different states do things differently. But you know what? At the end, I hate that expression at the end of the day. But when I was thinking about it, I was kind of pissed off and I was trying to calm myself down. I freaking love this country, all 50 states of you guys, because the states are unique. Just because it's not my way or the way that I'm used to, it's especially Jersey. Like you can't just get off. You can't just exit and go pump gas and go to the bathroom and get back on. You have to go. All the stations are full service, and some states only have access roads, and it just messes up the GPS. Starts bitching at you, and I'm bitching like, shut up, Sully. I know I need to make a U-turn, but U-turns aren't legal in Rhode Island. Like, but at the same time, and I think I text Rusty this, like, it's just the route that I take up the East Coast. It is just beautiful when 81, 75, 20. So when I first started driving, I used to go from Mississippi, I guess this was about 10 years ago, Mississippi to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta up 95 or 81. And then I decided I can't do 95 and I don't like the George Washington Bridge anymore. So I just take it easy and I go through Chattanooga. I drive up through Tennessee, Pennsylvania. And I have to say, I know we have listeners from Pennsylvania, but I freaking love it up there. It is so beautiful too. I don't know about y'all's
we have
politics.
like a whole bunch, like 2 listeners from
we got
Pennsylvania.
2. I don't know if Holly's listening.
He used to live there.
But no, it is. I'm sorry. I was just getting on this like I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
it's
a loving America thing because it's just really beautiful. I hate your gas prices. I hate this, that, and the other. But I love how we have individual states that do their own thing, but still one America. And say hi to Rocky.
There is
Jason, Kathy in the Berg, Heather. Diva, Yehudi. Who else is in there? Sarah.
Unfortunately,
Timothy Ratliff.
I've seen a few names.
Scott Morris thinks that Sean got fired.
You know what? One thing everybody that's on the roads, just like you were, all have in common.
What?
Everybody likes having a cup of coffee while they're driving. And there's only one place to get coffee, and that's American Pride Roasters, AmericanPrideRoasters.com to be specific. And they've got more flavors of coffee over there than you can shake a stick at. I hear they have this one called Track Syndicate. I've heard that. I haven't tried that one, but I do know people that have.
Shame on you.
Wow, you haven't tried.
No, coffee, I used to be a big coffee drinker many years ago, but for some reason, as I've gotten more gray, it seems to bite back. So, yeah, I forego the acidity, even though coffee with sugar substitute is the best thing to start your day off. But sugar substitute's expensive. Well, the one I used was it's imported from Mexico. It's called Kahlua. Great way to start your day.
Right? Absolutely. And I believe American Pride Roasters, it's a different blend, every so often because he uses the best of the leftover stuff, which maybe it's the stuff that he falls on the floor, he sweeps it up. He swears it's not that way, but I don't know.
The best of the rejects. Leslie's here.
Leslie.
Good stuff.
Yes.
What's up, Leslie, Rocky, Kathy, Timothy? That's
not only off track.
Jason's in there too.
I saw Jason. Not only off track blend, but it was really good. Also, besides a close second to off track.
What's that?
At the Mic with Keith. Oh
I haven't tried that
good
yet.
Oh yes, it gave me like a really good tingly feeling. It was really good. If you haven't tried At the Mic, it was. I think it's macadamia nut.
Really?
Yeah, Yeah, it'll
Now,
blow your
I've
socks
sent
off.
them out for presents. You know, I've sent my sister and
It'll
Jamie and a
blow
few
your
other
socks.
buddies, you know,
Oh,
gift baskets and not what's from American
wow.
Pride.
Bless you, Leslie. She always gets the off-track blend. It doesn't get any better than that. Wow.
Yeah,
Holy
I
You
cow.
love
can't
her.
stick that with a beat.
I have to give her a big kiss.
Say that 3 times fast.
Jamie and I are trying to talk him into doing a peach tea for us, you know, for 8
Oh
peach.
yeah, they
I think
haven't.
that would be good.
I haven't had their tea in a while. Their Boston Tea Party was really good. A little bit fruity, but fresh. It was pretty good.
I love tea. I drink lots of tea.
So my wife is talking about tea. My wife has started drinking
Sassafras.
it's an Asian tea. It's called butterfly pea, PEA, butterfly pea tea, and it's blue. When you brew it, it's blue. And she mixes it, and supposedly you can look it up on the internet. I showed it to her. She looked it up. You mix it with lemonade.
Wow.
And it makes a purple drink. Of course, she loves purple.
Right.
And it's actually pretty good. Now, by itself, it tasted kind of grassy to me, but when you mix it in with the lemonade, I don't know, it does something to it. It's a super antioxidant, they claim. I don't know. It's some sort of Asian tea, but yeah, butterfly pea, PEA, butterfly pea tea. It's pretty good.
Rocky just said
At
at
least
least
they
it's
aren't
not
getting the
D's
butterflies
nuts.
up to the urinal. That's good.
D's nuts. Rocky said.
But yeah. Rocky.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. I got some junk to talk about. Where are we
You
at
got some
on
junk
time?
in your trunk? We're at 7:25, so we got a couple of
Well, we
minutes.
better just keep talking about look,
America the Beautiful.
America. So I'm of the going back to driving. I'm of the persuasion. I agree that the left lane thing, merging and all that should happen a certain way. In reality, most people don't do it that way because they don't like somebody coming around them to get in front of them, and then there's a big block up. And I wished it worked that way, but off ramps or on ramps
it's a
or whatever
pride
on ramps
thing.
are supposed to be.
People take driving too personal.
They do. They absolutely do. And somebody they won't let you in, like you're merging, and they're in the lane and you're trying to get over, and they just, they match your speed. Let off for like 10 seconds. That's all you got to do. Just let off the gas for 10 seconds. I always plan it. The way I look at it is, if somebody's coming on the interstate and my fender is behind their driver's door or about at their driver's door, I let off. Let them get on.
Yes.
If I'm ahead of them, speed up a little so they can drop in behind you. But then it's the people getting on. Well, then they think it's a race. Well, I've got to beat you. I've got to try to beat.
They take it personal. Or when you're behind a big truck, you're in your regular POV, and the big truck in front of you, so you're back, at least so you could see the driver's rearview mirror. That's always my distance. But people think that's an invitation to cut you off.
Yep.
But you let them do it. I got low self-esteem anyway, so I always think I'm in the wrong. Whatever.
It's the old 3-second rule.
Kathy in the Berg, you heard bells when you were drinking that, Melissa. Yeah, I really did.
The old 3-second rule. People, there's no tolerance for anybody else anywhere. That's why there's so many damn shootings on the road anymore. Everybody gets pissed. I'm going to shoot.
Yeah.
Dude, chill. Mm-hmm. And then you have the other people that continuously hit the brakes. If you take your foot off the gas pedal, your vehicle slows down. Isn't that amazing?
That's how you
science
can tell.
Does that?
Lep, that's how you can tell it's a girl
gas,
driver.
Go slow.
Girl drivers. That's how you could tell it's a girl driver. As soon as every time there's a curve, there's you see brake lights. It's a girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, that might be sexist, but we're all a little bit sexist.
I have to disagree. And my sister can verify this, on the 91 freeway going down towards her house, there's a corner. I swear to the good Lord, everybody and their sister, I don't care what gender they are, has to slow down to go around that corner. I don't know why. It's a corner. Stay at the speed limit. Just turn the wheel. You don't have to hit your brakes. Oh, no, I'm going to turn. Oh, my God. I get very anal about my driving. Some people just make me want to.
You get anal when you're driving?
We kind of know a few people that we hang out in Zoom a lot, and there's a lot of driving, a lot of people driving, and we might know a few people, male and female, who just constantly have to comment on all the driving and stuff that's going around them, and there's a lot of cussing from these folks. I'm not gonna say. Well, there's one person. We'll call him Sean because his name is Sean. But anyway.
Oh man!
Wow.
It's a break.
All right, y'all. Hang around. We'll try to come up with something else to talk about. Off Track Syndicate.
Damn it. That was a fast half hour.
Yes. Tek Roo, going to be quite the challenge. About to leave work, rush home, untangle audio cable, set up everything, get drunk, and then get on Off Track.
Where are you getting this at?
Twitter.
Oh.
I put it out on Twitter. I forgot to ask. I don't know if I should or if it's not a point, but sometimes when I advertise a show, I use the hashtag what I learned today, but that's the morning program, so I'm not sure if I'm going to ask them if I should do that.
Derailed.
Yeah, you can. Hashtag derail. Come on, girl. Hashtag derailed.
Hardly anybody uses it, though.
What so?
Chris used to use it, Chris Branham.
Yeah, well, we need to
Well,
be.
if you tell the bodies listening, hey, everybody, when you comment about the show,
God's
use
sake.
pound disrailed.
I've got a freaking
Derailed.
mug out that says official hashtag derailed member. Come on. Gotta use derailed.
Kathy in the Berg. I give opportunities for you to get in. You don't take it. I keep going. I heard that about you. That's a new shirt.
That's what
Good job,
my wife
Kathy.
said the other night. I was like, oh, what? I missed it. What? Oh, man. Dang it.
Oh, wow. Oh. All right.
Where the heck is Sean at? You know?
I don't even think
I
he
figured
knows.
they'd give him some internet access. It's Sunday. I think the
The Russians?
sanitarium. Whoa. So is it sanitarium or sanatorium?
I don't know, but Melissa spelled
Torium.
backwards is asylum.
If you're referring to it in past tense,
Here we go. All right, so I may have called somebody out, and I apologize. No, I don't. Anyway,
He needs to be here to defend himself.
right? He could be here. But you know, whatever.
Whatever.
All right. We have some other interesting things to talk about. So apparently, Melissa, have you ever swam with dolphins?
No. I have swam with sharks and sea turtles, but never dolphins.
Wow. I believe our old producer and member, Chris, we talked to him a few days ago, maybe a week ago.
Oh,
he
you
was
did?
going to swim with dolphins.
I heard that's awesome.
Yeah, I hear it's freaking fantastic. I would love to do that, but
Do you really get? I heard stories of them getting a little dominant sometimes if they're too frisky. I don't know if that's true or not.
yeah,
real friendly.
yeah,
Oh,
they can get
really?
real friendly, and yeah, but this woman over in, where was this at? This was in the Netherlands.
Ooh.
And you can look
Cold.
it up. Of course, we can't show it yet. We're working on being able to show video. Maybe one day soon. But the headline: topless woman attempts to ride a lost dolphin trying to find its way back to sea. Video shows, and you can just search that. There is a video of it.
Like reverse cowboy? Like, how did she do that?
She grabbed onto the fin and tried to throw a leg over the back, and
I get a feeling you just can't do that. That sounds like a talent or something you have to work towards. Like maybe a date or maybe even coffee first or something before you can just hitch a ride.
Apparently, and I'm sure with all the heat and everything, and there's going to be something to do with climate change about this, but apparently this dolphin being in this sea in Netherlands is not normal.
It doesn't sound normal. It sounds kind of out of their territory.
Dutch police are investigating as to whether a crime had taken place, because the topless woman attempted to ride a lost dolphin as it was trying to find its way back to the sea in Netherlands. Now, how do they know that's what it was doing? That's what I want to know. How do they know? The water only looked to be about 3.5 to 4 feet deep.
And it's kind of funny that topless matters.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering
that the
if
headline
after she got home from riding the dolphin, how would you know she'd been out with the fish? I mean, could you tell?
Yeah. Lep.
Oh.
Terrible. So a video posted on social media shows the woman repeatedly, from what I could see 2 times, trying to climb on the back of the dolphin. Some beachgoers can be heard applauding in the background while 2 men try to stop her, and they do. And you can tell something's not exactly right with this dolphin.
The dolphin or the girl?
The dolphin. Well, the girl too. And no, she's not exactly hot, though I'd probably do her. But anyway, that's a different story. The incident took place near Zandvoort.
Nailed it.
Right?
Sounds like penicillin would cure it.
SOS Dolphin. I don't know. It's Dutch. It's a Dutch whale rescue organization, said it was very disturbing to see the animal in Zandvoort. Quote, "These are toothed whales. They do not belong in the North Sea. They are deep sea animals. If they end up in the North Sea, they get into trouble. These animals do not survive well in these types of waters. They typically look for food at depths of 2 to 3 kilometers." So something's going on with the dolphin, and you can tell that it's not, when you watch the video. I think you can just search it. You'll find it, whatever. It doesn't look exactly right. So maybe it was somewhere it was going to die. Who knows? But
I'm Googling topless
yes, the woman
dolphin.
is topless, but they have it blurred out. But I'm sure, it wasn't something you really wanted to see.
Well, I think up
right.
there, they're all
2 to
topless.
3 kilometers?
Yeah,
Okay, we know miles are 5,000 feet, so that's 15,000 feet. I don't think dolphins dive
A kilometer is less than a mile, not more.
Yeah, it's like
Kilometers.
1/7 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, it's not quite as far.
Riding a lost dolphin.
55 miles an hour is 88 kilometers. So, whatever. Anyway, it's a little shorter, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
It's a click.
But yeah, they are deep. They go deep. There we go. Yeah. To fish, eat fish, whatever. Anyway, so poor dolphin.
To get 8.
Wow.
They go deep to get 8.
So I'm looking at it. Does it? Probably only in American Google or whatever, Google.com, does it say topless women? Because up there, they're all. It's not really a big deal, I guess.
Yeah,
Europe is pretty much drop your shirt whenever. There's chickies that work in, office buildings. You get a lunch break, they go out, sit in the park, drop the shirt, and
Just watch the
Throw 'em the
news.
memories.
Watch the meteorology reports.
as long as it's not cold.
Well, you'll be able to tell.
Oh, yes.
It'll go without saying.
I was rather amazed walking through some of them German parks. It's like, boobs, boobs, boobs. I love it.
Cougar diva Heather said hashtag free the nipple.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unless you're Elliot Page, and then, yeah.
Speaking of women, did y'all know that today is Amelia Earhart's birthday?
Oh, where'd she go?
Yeah, she disappeared. But
Yeah, she got ate by cannibals.
You know, she's pretty much a flying legend. You know, it did a lot for women.
She's amazing.
You know, for breaking the old glass ceiling, and you know, she was instrumental in a lot of that.
The glass airspace.
Now, was she really spying for the pre-CIA days? I mean, because we didn't have them then. But was she really a spy for the U.S. when she was doing her little globe-trotting flight?
I seriously doubt
theories.
it. I seriously
doubt it.
That's
what I heard, but I don't.
That's one of the theories. That's why the Japanese got her on the island.
They didn't trust women that much back then.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Y'all couldn't even, you could barely vote in them days.
I know.
Right.
Or own anything. That's why women back in the day were some of the best writers of horror or haunted houses because of some of the horror they lived in, or they were trapped in a house all day. Like Shirley Jackson, for example, one of the best horror writers. And they say that's Mary Shelley.
Yeah.
Also.
Mary Shelley, Frankenstein.
Yep. I digress. Sorry.
So Miss Earhart was born in Atchison, Kansas in 1897, July 24th, 1897, to Amy and Edwin Earhart.
Wow.
She had a younger sister. Spent her early years, she was a tomboy. And
you could
spent
tell.
her early years outdoors hunting and sledding. Now, you know, that kind of got to make you think. So what would they try? Would they be trying to make her?
She'd have been an alphabet today.
Would they be trying to make her do it? I mean, she ended up eventually marrying. Well, I think I read in here that she was actually engaged like 6 times before she finally married somebody.
Oh, wow.
That guy. Yeah.
I didn't know she was married.
Yeah.
So she left the old man at home and went flying off into the wild blue yonder?
No, the guy that I think I'd have to look through here to make sure.
I didn't know she was married.
Yeah, she got married to. I'll have to find it. I'm sure we'll get to it. So she her father did legal work for the railroad, so they moved around a lot, and they lived in places like Des Moines, St. Paul, Chicago. So they moved around a lot. She first laid eyes on an airplane while visiting the Iowa State Fair. It wasn't really love at first sight, but later, her father began struggling with alcoholism around 1910, 1915.
Before Prohibition.
Right. They eventually, her mother left Edwin and moved her daughters to Chicago. And let's see. Now this is something. She served as a nurse during World War I, 1918. I didn't know that.
I don't think I knew that either.
She became a voluntary aid detachment nurse at a military convalescent hospital. She actually caught pneumonia from one of the patients, and her lungs never fully recovered.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think flight would have had an impact on that back then.
Yeah, because they weren't flying in pressurized cabins.
Right.
No, so they were under 10, 15,000 feet back in those days.
Let's see. Dang it. Her first flying lesson was in 1921.
And boy,
following
were
her
her
first-
arms tired.
Following her first airplane ride, she became determined to fly, taking up truck driving and working for a telephone company to earn $1,000 for lessons in 21.
Wow.
$1,000. It's never been cheap to learn to fly.
Well, you got to give her credit. She has some work ethic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But she insisted that she must be taught by a female pilot. Anita Netta Snook was her first teacher.
She needed a what?
Anita Netta, N-E-T-A.
She needed a
Snook.
netta. She
I wonder if they were snogging in the plane.
Right.
Yeah, I thought I heard that. I thought there was a rumor out there about her possibly lesbian or bisexual or something. That might have been in a small community. I don't know where I heard that.
Right. Well, I mean,
She was kind of manly-ish looking. I mean, pictures of her that I've seen, she wasn't real feminine looking. She was.
And there may be something, you know, what I don't know. I don't know how that, but it just seems like a lot of manly looking women more often than not, it seems like they might move towards liking girls. So, there might be something to biology.
I do have some biological news on that, but I'm going to save that for another show, teasing to where we're going to have a big conversation about biology, science, and stuff like that. And where it comes from.
Physiology.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I'd like to be in on that one.
Yeah,
I
haven't secured a date yet. Kind of got screwed up with me leaving, but I believe, I don't know when, but we're hoping to have Robin on. Robin P. has accepted the invitation. We just haven't secured a date yet. So
yes.
Oh, cool.
That would be. I would love to get Robin on before the Daily Mojo. I'm just saying because they always,
she's been on the Daily Mojo twice.
Already?
Yeah.
I must have missed. Damn it.
I think of one time for sure. Twice. Okay.
Oh well.
I don't doubt it.
Throw that out. I thought maybe we'd.
Yeah, but ours is going to be more fun though.
Well, of course. I mean,
she's down in Nashville. She's just right down the street.
We'll give her an opportunity to talk.
We are the most loved or favorited, or what did we most liked, the best Mojo 50 show as voted on by Mojo 50 listeners. I'm just saying.
We are the most watched show. We are the most watched Sunday night show that airs 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central.
Whatever. Anyway, so for her 25th birthday, with the financial help of her mother and sister, she bought her first airplane. A yellow Kenner Airster named the Canary. Whatever.
Cool. Kenner.
It didn't take long for her to begin setting women's aviation records. Just a year after she began flying, she participated in an air meet, and she set the women's altitude record by flying to 14,000 feet. Now, that's kind of dangerous because they didn't have, it was an open cockpit, so, yeah.
So did she break any like aviation records or only female aviation? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter.
Female aviation records.
I guess that's
mostly.
still cool. Okay.
So I don't know what's going on.
So talk about. Do you have anything there about the cannibalism?
Wait, what?
That's when she was out in the Pacific.
Is that is that the conspiracy, or is that, I don't know if it's true, whatever, because I never saw her, but there's a conspiracy out there that said that she was eaten by cannibals. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything, Rusty?
No, they don't. I mean, because
Scott Morris mentioned it too.
Yeah, there's nothing settled. These are all these things after she disappeared are rumors.
Speculation.
Yeah, it's all speculated.
But it's fun.
So let's see.
Is Earhart her real last name?
Earhart's life changed suddenly when George Putnam tapped her to be the first woman to fly across the Atlantic by plane, albeit as a passenger. I didn't know this. Traveling with pilot Wilmer Stutz and Lewis Slim Gordon, the three arrived in Wales after just 20 hours in the air. Although crowds hailed her as Lady Lindy, Earnhardt insisted she had just been a sack of potatoes in the flight. She didn't do any of the flying. She was just the first woman to cross the Atlantic by plane. So I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So in 28, she had overnight fame from this, and she had a White House invitation from President Coolidge. She got a book deal. She had accepted a job as an aviation editor for Cosmopolitan magazine. Who knew Cosmopolitan? Isn't it still around?
Cosmo,
As
yeah.
far as I know.
They've been around forever, huh?
Didn't they start in like 1903 or something?
And
That's
drinks.
crazy. She endorsed products like Lucky Strike
Ooh.
cigarettes. Oh yeah.
Are they still around?
LS MFT Lucky Strike.
There you go.
Those filterless or whatever. I just Googled it, Amelia Earhart and cannibals, but it came up coconut crabs. She was eaten by giant coconut crabs. And I was stationed in the Indian Ocean, 7 degrees south of the equator, and those coconut crabs are no joke. They're also protected.
Huge, aren't they?
Yeah, you're not allowed to eat them legally on the island. It's a British Indian Ocean Territory island. So, but I had some. I got hooked up by the Filipinos that were on the island, and those are the sweetest crabs because they only eat coconuts.
Right.
They're huge.
They're like huge, aren't they?
They're huge. Some of them are huge. I mean, depending on where it is in its life stage, and they're pretty colors. They're like blue and shit. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So I don't know if she was eaten by coconut crabs. No idea. Or
That
people.
one I hadn't heard. The cannibals I had heard. I had also heard that she was captured by the Japanese and
Saipan? Yeah, I'm looking at this.
Right.
Dogs find proof of Amelia Earhart's remains. I guess I don't know. I haven't heard any DNA.
I hadn't heard that either.
In February of 31, she married George Putnam, who was 10 years her senior. That was the first one. The two first connected while he helped her on her book, 20 Hours and 40 Minutes. Earhart held very progressive beliefs about marriage. See, this is what makes me think,
Did they sleep in separate beds?
She rejected 6 proposals before finally accepting and marrying George. She wrote on her wedding day, "In our life together, I shall not hold you to any medieval code of faithfulness to me, nor shall I consider myself bound to you similarly."
What?
Ooh. So they had an open relationship. So in other words, she could bring all the girls home she wanted.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds.
So it sounds like it was for show, like a business partnership, and
Right.
just
Yep.
wow.
And you sleep with who you want to sleep with, and I'm going to sleep with what I want to. Wow.
Any children?
No. Or at least I haven't read any about it yet. No. She became the first, made history by flying the Atlantic on her own, and doing so she became the first woman and second person after Lindbergh to accomplish such a feat. So that's pretty cool.
Very. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about Wrong Way Corrigan? He did the Lindy thing too, but did he do it after Amelia, or did he do it in
apparently
between?
because she was the second person and the first woman, is what they're saying. So
Yeah.
she became the first woman to fly coast to coast. She published an autobiography, The Fun of It. She had a friendship with Eleanor Roosevelt. She solo flight from Hawaii to California in 35.
I think my history teachers must have sucked because I didn't know any of this. I didn't know about the publications.
Yeah, I didn't either. 37, it was a first attempt around the world, but something broke on the plane at takeoff, and she had to return. her and Fred Noonan, for the second time in June 37, attempted the second round the world, and they departed from Miami but never made it home to the United States again. And then we all know disappeared, and there's been all sorts of speculation. She was a spy for the Japanese, lived as a housewife because she secretly returned.
It's so fun to think about all of those things.
Yeah. So, yeah, she was a pioneer.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate. I wish we did have more information about what happened, but it's fun to speculate, I guess. Just think about what was going on in those times. I mean, we have those conspiracies right now. Like, where the heck is Sean? Is he in jail? Is he with BG in Russia? Is
he joining the Bee Gees? I mean,
oh my gosh, total dead ringer for Barry, right?
Right.
Yeah. Totally. Is he the only one still alive? Barry Gibb?
I don't know.
Lep would know that. No?
No, I play good music, but I don't know diddly about it.
Bo diddly.
It's just terrible.
Geez. Oh my gosh. There's so many when I listen to more music on this road trip than I normally do, and when I was listening to classic rock, I really can't remember if half these people are alive or dead. I was like,
a good chunk of them have passed along. Now, on your little road trip up there, I saw one of those pictures you had posted on Twitter where you were having a crawdad, or at least it looked like a crawdad. I mean, it was,
it was huge. It was the lobster. The lobster.
Yeah, but I mean, I figured you'd have one, like
no,
20 pounds. I know they're supposed to be really tough, but
yes, I like mine young and sweet.
As you say, young and succulent.
No.
No, 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, or whatever, and they were, I thought they were pretty cheap. I got them at Hannaford Market and Hannaford. I went to Hannaford because Marketplace was too crowded, so I went to Hannaford and they were like $7.99 a pound.
I did remark that I was pretty sure in the creek out here that we got some crawdads that are not much smaller than that thing, and I was like, wow.
Well, plus we buy a lot there because we have people come over and eat also, so you're like piling them in the pot, because first I make like the steamers and the mussels and with white wine, scallions, parsley, garlic, steam all of those up and then take them out and then throw the lobsters in there and then melt the butter.
Wow.
It's coming out, y'all.
So I got to ask, because I don't know where your brother lives. Did you get to meet your brother? Did you get to see him?
Yes. Yeah. So the first time I met him face to face was October. In my sister's wedding, and I got to see him twice. He went to the house in New Hampshire, and then we got to hang out at my dad's house. So,
okay. So you got to see in
New Hampshire
at some point.
New Hampshire. Yep. Yeah, it is awesome. It's I would explain it, but it's a total tearjerker.
Right.
For on both sides. He didn't know. Lep might have a bit of an understanding.
Very much so.
It's you're gonna get me all teary-eyed.
Isn't it great? It was like when I was back talking to the cousins over the holiday. When I was about 1, my other cousin was 2, and then the other 2 cousins were like 7, 8. It's just a bit older. We were all playing in one of the uncle's cars and kicked the car out of gear.
Oh my gosh!
Rolled down the hill towards cross traffic. I have no knowledge of this. We were talking about it then. It was like, wow. It's crazy stuff that goes on when you're a kid.
I can feel that adrenaline. Oh my gosh, I love it. Getting like a tickle belly.
Yeah, so I have a similar kind of story. Apparently, I almost killed when
Oh my
I was
God.
about 3 or 4. My father and my uncle
Oh God.
had me in a car. They had cars pulled up, a car pulled up on ramps, and it was running. And apparently, I went over and pulled the car into gear.
Ooh.
They were in front of it, around it, close to it, and it run off of the ramps. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Luckily, they weren't between the front of the house,
Oh goodness.
ramps, and yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's horrible. I still feel terrible, but yeah, I was told that story,
But you
and
were little.
I kind of remember that day. I remember, I don't know, I was walking across, the big bench seats that they used to have in the cars. And
Love
it
those.
seems like I reached over and grabbed, the
The column.
shifter on
Yeah.
the column
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
I forgive you.
it
You
could have
got
been
you got nothing to feel guilty about.
a terrible, terrible day.
We're about to take the hard break. So
Yeah, and Mr. Tek Roo
we
should
have
be
Tek
joining
Roo
us.
coming around the. So I'm gonna make you a host real quick, if I may, because I need to check on a couple of things. Let
Right.
me try to do that
Yeah.
on a scale of
And
1 to 10.
It's
Exit stage left.
here we go. All right, y'all stick around. We'll get Tek Roo in here. There's no telling what he'll talk about.
Back in 2.
That's right. Or 4. Back in 4.
Back and forth.
Okay. Wow, I don't know where I'm at.
Alabama.
Yeah. Mike is telling me to check something. Yes, I have that brought up, Mike, if that's what you're talking about. The robot. That's pretty cool. I have that ready to go, actually.
With the 50 cal.
No, you'll have to wait until we come back.
I shall. I just have to wait.
Yeah.
Where did we go?
Get a drink if you like. That's right, Mr. Ratliff. Thank you, Mr. Ratliff. And there he is right there. Let me let him in. Admit. Here comes the Roo. Boom. What is up, brother? Oh, he's connecting.
Connecting. See, is that Governor Tek Roo or is it just state
Right.
representative? I forget.
I
What is it
think
you're
he's-
running for?
I think he's going for. He's gonna be governor. I see it happening.
Haven't decided
Hey,
yet.
what's
Where's
going
my video? Wait a minute.
There's the
What?
voice we know.
Once I put this thing on, I cannot see. There we go.
Yeah.
Now let me put my pause back on. How's my audio, by the way?
It's
Great audio.
it's a little harsh, but I think
Okay, hold on. Let me. I have control. How's that? Is that any better?
that's good. That's
Okay.
nailed it.
No, I don't. I lost one of my pause. What happened to it?
Oh no.
It was being pitted.
And it is hot as all get out in this house.
Oh,
And of course, oh wait, it's hanging from my headphone wires.
there you go. Hey, Miss Barbara D, Miss Leslie Holker, Mr. Timothy Ratliff, our main and only Patreon subscribers. Hey, y'all could go over to patreon.com, search Off Track Gang, I believe. I don't know. Search Off Track. I'm sure you'll find us. You could support us. Who knows what's coming in the future? If I could get some decent internet, We're waiting on technology to catch up with me out here in the backwoods of Alabama.
They just hooked me up with some good internet fiber, 50 megabits up, 50 megabits down. It's awesome.
I wish I would literally cut a toe off. I don't want to get crazy, but I would cut a toe off to get decent internet that I could support doing all this stuff on the show. But anyway.
Hell, they want to hit me $100 a month. But if you have an EBD card or EBT or one of the food stamp cards, you can get it for $10. I'm like, well,
right?
Shit.
What the hell, Tek Roo? What are you doing? What do you have?
I was just I had to put my cursor over the mute button, so if I wanted to mute later, I can find it.
Leslie's sitting outside because it's beautiful and cool. Wow. I wished it was that here. It's still hot. I think it's like still 80 something degrees outside.
Hey, Google. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong room. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 89 degrees.
Yeah, it's.
Tonight, expect a low of 80 degrees.
Oh, crap. That was fast.
Oh, cool. It's 89 and expect a low of 80.
4, 3, 2. We made it back, and Mr. Tek Roo has joined us.
Yeehaw!
Oh, and he looks like he's ready to dole out some laws or something. What?
Well, I heard Liz Cheney was running a kangaroo court out here in Washington D.C., so I rushed right out. But I haven't seen any kangaroos. What is up with that? She is so dishonest.
Oh, good grief!
So what is it? You're running for governor, right?
I'm running for something. Depends on how far I can ride the meme. So far, it's gotten me as far as precinct committee critter, but I'm hoping to get a bit bigger after the midterms are done.
Right.
Tek Roo 2024.
Yeah, I'd vote for you, buddy.
There's a website.
Oh?
It's Tek Roo 2024.
Well, there you go.
Tek Roo 2024. That should be an easy website to remember.
Yeah. So it seems that there's been some. I guess you've got some story behind you why you're wearing a robe and standing in front of Congress or the Supreme Court or what. Tell us about it.
Well, I heard with like an hour and a half notice that I was going to be on the show, and I was just kind of going, what sort of shtick can I come up with at the last second with only a half an hour of prep once I got home from work.
I know. I'm sorry.
I figured, Liz Cheney, kangaroo court. That's the joke. Sorry, that's like the only joke I got.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Thank you. See you next time. Try the shrimp.
Yeah.
Send in the dollars and thank you for your time.
So I got a weird little story out of Russia. A chess robot grabs and breaks finger of 7-year-old opponent.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is from The Guardian.
So AI have no feelings?
Yeah, a chess-playing robot apparently unsettled by the quick responses of a 7-year-old boy grabbed and broke his finger during a match at the Moscow Open last week. Russian media outlets reported the robot broke the child's finger, Sergei Lazarev, nailed it, president of the Moscow Chess Federation, said after the incident, adding that the machine had played many previous exhibitions without upset. This, quote, is of course bad. You think?
Yeah. I thought robots weren't supposed to injure humans. Isn't that one of Asimov's laws?
Right.
That, like the first law, do no harm. So
Yeah,
that
but
thing needs
now
to
it's
get
got
turned off.
Now it's got a taste for human blood.
Oh no.
Turn it into aluminum foil.
I think that correct me if I'm wrong or do your research, but I think Elon Musk is one of the people out on the forefront as far as AI and making sure that AI is safe and doesn't develop human emotions or trying to convince everybody that there is no way they'll be able to become emotional.
I think after you read through the story, it jumps back and forth. I think what actually happened is because the kid was a little fast in trying to, do stuff. He was supposed to actually wait for the robot to do stuff, and in the process, stuck his hand out there to do a move really quick, and
so
there
the
was
kid
sort of mix up.
So the kid broke the law as the law of the chess game with the AI.
Right. So Lazarov had a different account saying the child had made a move, and after that we need to give time for the robot to answer, but the boy hurried and the robot grabbed him. So, it was, I think maybe, yeah.
Just think
I don't
what'll
wanna be
happen when
grabbed
they
by
get
a
those.
robot.
Just think when they get those Boston Robotics dogs with the guns mounted on them, and they get upset over a chess match.
Right. Yeah, that's scary. All
Yeah,
by
I think the
itself.
last thing I'd want to be is around a robot or AI that decides to wig out and having a bad day. It's not like, do you want to play a game of chess? It's thermonuclear war all over.
Yeah, and then you have the sex robots that look promising and everything, but wait till one of those girls have a bad day.
Whoa, wait, sex robots? There are sex robots? Okay.
Okay,
Just
Black
put a quarter
Mirror.
in and go for it, right?
Okay, Black Mirror.
I guess.
Hey, do you know if Chris Knights Husseini did? We talked about it on a couple of shows ago with him. Do you know if he ever watched Striking Vipers?
I think he said he did, but he didn't really talk about it all that much. I think maybe it traumatized him just a little bit. I know I was traumatized when I watched it. I was like, whoa, wait.
Yeah,
whoa.
you were so traumatized you watched it again with me.
Well, yeah.
But if we remember,
Really?
that was
Why
one
are
of the
you calling
last
me- Why are you
things.
calling me, putting me out in front of everybody? I mean, come on. What?
You put
So
yourself.
he was taking notes and saving screen captures.
But
Okay.
But it was also notable that episode is also notable in my brain also because it was one of the last things, or within the last couple of months of Doc's time on this earth. Him and, was it Brad or Ron? They had an in-depth conversation about it. I can't remember because I know Ron is really big into Black Mirror and that stuff. So
Right.
Yeah, I
and
tried
I'm-
Black Mirror, but when them two dudes started making out, that's when I lost it. I went, yeah, no.
That was Striking Vipers. That was Striking Vipers.
yeah.
But here's the thing about that show is that so that they connected over the internet, but then they tried to connect in real life, and the two guys were like, no, it's not, no.
It
But
was
on the
fine.
internet-
It was fine virtually, but
So
in
as long as
person,
one of them had boobs, it was okay. And when they got
Yeah.
done and they didn't have boobs, yeah, no, it's still a dude. Sorry.
So yeah, it was.
We might
it
have
was
to
really
talk
weird.
about that when we do our biological sex show.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
write
That
that
was like,
down.
ooh,
But,
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
pass.
But I mean, for them, it's so forward thinking. Black Mirror and all the different things that they
Is that why they
touched on.
stopped? I can't remember who it was that chimed in because I'm wondering why they stopped Black Mirror, but I think it was because it was too scary.
Really?
Do you remember why?
No, I
Because
never.
I asked
I
a
never-
question.
So the other episodes weren't two guys making out. It was just in that one.
No, yeah, not that I remember.
Yeah, no, it was just that one. I mean, it touched on all kinds of.
Oh, okay. Because I never made it past that one. That one
That
killed me.
was
It's
this
like, yeah, okay, I'm not watching
last
this anymore.
season. Oh no, there's
yeah,
others way more disturbing than that.
Well, I mean, not disturbing.
really?
I
but-
think.
but to me, not necessarily disturbing, but that the situation that people are put in because or by reason of I don't know of technology, like one of my favorite ones was the guy accidentally killing the girl coming home from the concert. You remember, like they're out in the middle of nowhere in the car, and something happens, and he kills her, and he just leaves her, and then I wish I can't remember all the details, but
I might have been drinking during that episode. I don't remember.
I mean, just so many different aspects. The
social there you have the social media one where you're judged on your social media profile, and that
Now that one I think I did see.
there's that. Ooh, I can't remember the name of it. I think it was season 3 or 2, maybe, with that kid with the online porn. They threatened to that. To me, that was the scariest one.
yes.
Because they caught the kid like it was a two-way camera, and the kid was watching porn, and these people kept sending him messages threatening to tell his mother or threatening to tell the world what what he was watching. So they made him do all kinds of, deliver a package here, kill this, do whatever.
But-
I'm not going to say the end because you need to watch that episode. I'll figure
but
out the name of it.
It wasn't just porn.
No, because there was other people. It wasn't just that kid.
No, it wasn't just regular porn. It was actually child.
That's why I was not going to say that, because you don't know that to the end.
No, you do know that. I got
I
that
didn't
right
know
at the
that.
beginning. That's what it was.
Oh, I didn't know that
I don't
until
know.
the end.
I don't know. It's freaking fantastic how they lay out the stories actually in technology. Yeah, it was good stuff.
So
And I
if-
was-
I saw
Maybe
one
I'll
or
have to
two
go
of
back
them.
and watch it then.
So if anybody in the chat, or if anybody listening, if you could tell me why that they canceled Black Mirror, or why do we not have any more episodes, please let me know. Because the last I heard, it was because it was freaking out society. But I don't know.
Society is very easily freaked out nowadays. I don't know if you
Obviously.
noticed.
Yes. Too many. Too
all
many.
right. So
Yeah,
anyway,
society has taken a crash and burn. Has anybody been over to givemelibertynow.org/mojo50?
no,
That's
tell
where
me
you
about
can. That's where you can see Nick Cersei's movie, Capital Punishment,
Oh,
which
yes.
gives you the real details of what happened on January 6th, not what Liz Cheney and the other folks on
Well, it's
lamestream
one
media
version.
portray.
I say it's one version. I don't think. I mean, I think you're getting one side. I don't think you're getting the full.
The robust
Necessarily
story.
the full. You're getting one side's version of it now.
You're
just
getting
like-
the other side's version of it. You've got that side's version of it, that side's version of it, that side's version of it. Nobody's
Yes,
really going
because-
to combine them. It's kind of difficult.
Thank
I
you,
mean-
Holly Beaver.
in any situation, in any kind of situation, you have one side, the other side, and the
And
truth,
what happened.
and what actually happened. So
Exactly.
I say, look at all sides and make your own conclusion.
Thank you for saying, yeah, because I've watched all of the hearings. But so there was a word that's been thrown out, and I think it's being misused and not taken the right way. The word skeptical and then the word cynical. I think people are confusing the two. If you're skeptical, you're not afraid, or you're willing to listen to other sides and all aspects of the information. You're willing to change your mind if you get more information. If you're cynical, that means you've already have your mind made up and you're not willing to hear any more information. This is what I believe, and the hell with you.
There you go.
That would be a good analogy of cynical, definitely.
Yes, yes.
It's how I think it is, and if you don't think my way, screw you. Yep.
Yeah.
If you're a skeptic, then you want as much information from every single aspect of, I'm not afraid to watch the January 6th hearings because I want to know. I want to know what these people are saying, why they're saying it, and then draw my own conclusion and figure out whether or not I believe them or not.
Right. I've got a few of them. The ones I've had on a little bit later in the evening, I generally don't catch, but the daylight ones I have. And some of them are just like, oh my goodness.
I still don't understand why there's no cross-examination, but I'll try to figure that out. I don't know why. But anyway.
Well, yeah.
Because they only want their side.
But it's only the Republicans. They're the only ones. They're the only ones, I think, asking the questions from what I've seen.
I don't know. I
have
ain't
some good
watched any of it.
Mm.
You know, there was a guy in North Carolina who won a $500,000 lottery.
Awesome.
And it was, hey, $500K, it's enough for a down payment on a house.
That's a lot to me. It's a whole lot of money.
Well, yeah, when cars cost 70, yeah. He got his numbers from an unusual source.
A fortune cookie?
Out of gosh, pick out the tickets for tonight. Go get us some tickets. You're
Are you
on a
serious?
roll, girl.
Yeah.
Serious as a heart attack. Ernesto Sorenzo of Estro, Florida,
Nailed it.
told North Carolina education lottery officials the Powerball ticket he bought at the 7-Eleven in Huntsville, North Carolina, came from a fortune cookie that he got at dinner. It's a recent Chinese takeout. That was a good investment, Sorono said. The shrimp and fried rice meal ended up paying him $500,000 on Powerball. I wouldn't mind hitting $500K.
Oh my
I'd
goodness.
be happy with $1K. I mean,
I was just joking because sometimes when you get a fortune cookie, it'll say play these numbers on the back of the little thing.
I've never got, of course, I ain't had a whole lot of fortune cookies, but mine are usually, I don't know, be good and things will
live long
will come
and prosper.
to you, or
yes, don't step in puddles and your feet won't get wet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, live long and prosper. Exactly.
Right.
Man
But
with
on
no
the back
feet.
they have numbers, and Serrano said, "Screw it, tried them and $500,000 from Powerball." Now me, I'm the consummate lottery player. I donate. I buy a ticket and say, "Here's my money, thank you."
Well, yeah, I think the lottery is a voluntary tax. It's a tax that you pay voluntarily to fund
and
whatever.
The lottery has been around since like 500 BC. They used to, in days of old, that's how the towns would get money raised for defenses of the town, as well as to feed the indigent in their community, is through lotteries. It was done primarily through the businesses. I think that's kind of cool. They've been around for ever in 2 weeks.
It's funny that people will raise hell about a 1% increase in taxes, but they'll go out and be choosing whether or not they're going to eat a full meal or play the lottery, and they'll play the lottery. So,
Well, studies
you know,
have shown, if you look at the statistics statistics are made up 98% of the time, whatever.
And
But they
love that,
say
the
that they say that the lottery thrives in poor neighborhoods.
yeah.
And
Well, yeah, it's because people ain't got a nickel to rub together. They go, but I could get, and then they always hear, you always hear, I went in and just bought one ticket and got $500.
Yeah.
yeah,
It ain't me.
But they say the lottery preys on the poor, and it's really weird. I think I said this before. Lottery wasn't legal in Mississippi. I mean, we have all the casinos, we have tons of gambling here, but we just got the state lottery a couple of years ago. But before that, me and my friend Heather, we always used to drive across the state line to Louisiana, go to New Orleans just to buy, it was a cute little day trip, get some daiquiris to go, because they have the daiquiri drive-thrus, and buy some lottery tickets. But now that the lottery is legal here and it's right around the corner, I don't know. I guess the excitement kind of wore off because it wasn't a thing. But I did.
Still go get the daiquiris. I mean,
But I did buy lottery tickets the other day in Virginia when I saw that the jackpot was crazy high.
Oh, cool. Well, if you happen to win, I'm just, if you don't mind sharing a little bit, can I have enough to pay my house off and maybe move?
So if you had to move, what state would you move to? What do you think the best state in America to live in would be?
Ooh, well, now that would be a hard one. For me, I'm thinking Arizona-ish because, well, California may have the big one and I want beachfront property. No, I'm kidding. It's wrong kind of fault. It's going to be L.A. and Frisco will have the same zip code.
Yeah,
but
I heard Newsom.
Still, Arizona, maybe. They have gold in the ground. I like going out in placer mine. It's digging in the dirt and finding loose gold. It's not digging through hard rock, crushing it and smelting it out. It's, actually finding it. And they're a medical legal state. So I've got green and gold. So both of my favorite things are right there. And it's warm. I can wear shorts 98% of the time. I like that idea.
I heard from somewhere, nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves a flower, but only for so an hour. As dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. I missed a few verses in that, but
wow.
Send me that. That's cool.
That's pretty
the only reason that's Robert Frost. The only reason I memorized that is because I used to read S.E. Hinton books when I was a kid, and that is from The Outsiders. It is when Ponyboy leaves the movie theater. Sorry,
Frost was a great writer.
Ode on the Death of a Favorite Cat Who Drowned in a Tub of Goldfishes also ends talking about gold, nor is all that glisters gold.
I
actually randomly tweeted that last, whatever you call the last section of a poem. What's that, a stanza?
Would that be
I just randomly tweeted the last stanza of that poem a few days ago.
Really?
Yep, and it was that very one.
Yeah, I love that one. It's pretty deep. Pretty deep.
I'd read it, but I can't see anything.
It's the Roo. It's the Roo. And just, I don't know, I missed the first minute when Tek Roo came on the program. He does not have a pouch because he's male.
That's
true.
That's right.
True.
Robert Service does a great one, too, The Cremation of Sam McGee. That's a good one.
Pretty deep.
In the midnight sun where they toil for gold. Yeah, I've always liked. I read that one at my brother John, when he passed. We had him flambéed and then loaded into fireworks and shot out over the ocean. So that was kind of pretty and cool. And while they were shooting him off, I read The Cremation of Sam McGee.
I bet that sounded awesome. You need to Googleize me when I die.
Need to who do you?
You Googleize.
Expire?
So this is really interesting from Kathy in the Berg. I'm not sure what this is in reference to, but she says, everyone has different views. Look at siblings, grew up in the same household, but have different takes on what happened. We could do a whole show on that, Kathy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It looks like Sean is in the YouTube chats off Track Syndicate. I believe that's Sean. Wow, they let him access to a computer. That's
so
cool.
yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
definitely Russia then. He said Arizona or Texas. So if there's any state he would, if he could move, it would be Arizona or Texas.
See, Arizona is great. It has beautiful, beautiful country. The scenery is phenomenal. I mean, I've always loved the desert. I'm one of those guys that it's much easier to wear shorts and a t-shirt. When you're hot, you can always pour water on you to cool down. When you're cold, by the time you have enough clothes on to stay warm, you look like the, Stay
Yeah.
Puft
A Christmas
Marshmallow
Story.
guy. And if you have a kidney problem, by the time you get stripped down, you might as well just go home and change because everything's soggy anyway. So, yeah, shorts are much easier to deal with.
Oh my God, that half hour.
Wow, that went really fast, folks. Hey, stick around. There's no telling. Yeah. Thanks, folks. We'll be back.
Yeah, what Kathy said really kind of hit me about the sibling thing. My sister and I grew up in the same household, and we are completely different. My brother, I just met a year ago, and we are
October.
so similar. You would not even believe it. He could fill in for me on the show, and you wouldn't know the difference, except that he was a man. I mean, our sense of humor, our values is so crazy. Nature versus nurture is so crazy.
My panting isn't coming across the microphone, is it?
You're what?
But
Panting.
Panting? No.
Okay. Just checking.
No, like it doesn't sound pornographic. Unless you
That's okay.
wanted it to, then you need to do it louder.
Yes, the microphone's right about here.
Okay. Sounds Kathy. January 6th. Okay. Yep. You're right, Kathy.
Unfortunately,
Who's-
Rodolfo, my cabana boy, is not here because I desperately need a refill on this beer.
You have a
Ooh,
cabana
that
boy?
reminds me, I've got to refill mine. I'm glad you said that because I thought about that when I picked my glass up just a minute ago. I'm sure
Yeah,
only 27,000 tabs that are left.
Rodolfo, the cabana boy, was on the Jeff and Tress show at Texas Furry Fiesta a couple years ago.
That's awesome.
Or you
It was Raider.
Yes, it was.
Raider in a latex kangaroo mask was an occasional footstool. Was my cabana boy for the interview.
I miss
get a
Raider. I haven't heard or seen from him in years.
Yeah, I seen him not too long ago. Oh, here we go, people. Right? Thanks for sticking around, folks. Last half hour. The pain will be over soon.
Tek
Miss-
Roo in the house.
Tek
Thank
Roo,
you. It's like 120 degrees in this thing,
so I didn't know this, but
and I'm all out of beer.
Donna Childers, Miss, also known as AKA Lady Hecate.
Oh.
She is over in the YouTube chats. She says Arizona is too hot. Arizona is too hot. Whatever. Come on, they got air conditioning. Yeah, Wyoming for the win, she says. Berg said, "Hey Donna, I don't know. Who knows what's going on?" Miss Leslie said, "Siblings who grew up in the same home have vastly different personalities. I'm the oddball in my family.
That
It
is
happens,
me.
you know.
I am
happens.
totally the black sheep.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I could tell you about my experience that I had up home this last week, but we try to keep it light here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a great time with my dad. My mom, not so much.
And
Poor
Goki said, finally, the last half hour. Yeah, whatever.
He wants me to buy a Milwaukee heated jacket. Yeah, no, I like warm. I almost bought a house in Wickenburg. It's cold out in that part of Arizona.
You know, it's funny what you said, Lep, about you said something about the heat. You can always take your shirt off. So a lot of people that like the cold say there's only so many layers you can take off, but you can always add more layers when you're cold.
Kangaroos don't like to wear pants. I hope you don't mind.
Kangaroos
Then you
don't.
can't move.
Yeah, kangaroos generally. The last time I saw a kangaroo, it was completely naked, and I peeked. I had to. No shame. I was looking. I was checking it out.
So, do y'all feel like sometimes maybe you have a lot of stuff? Do you hold on to things? You know,
Am I a hoarder? Yeah.
Are you a hoarder?
Okay.
Yes, I definitely am.
Rusty,
so,
like
you know,
you say that, and here, and I hate to sound like a Zoomer or whatever they say, but you said that, and I'm like, I feel seen.
Yeah, I
You've been
am
to my
definitely
house.
one to hold on to stuff. So these are things in your home to get rid of. Yes, it's time to get rid of them.
Are you going to come to my house and help me?
Yeah, that's the problem I have.
I know how to do mine
Sweet.
How's that?
with a Zippo.
He's lighting it on fire.
If you're going to talk about all those old computer cables, I'm saving all mine up. I'm going to send them to Brad Staggs.
There you go.
Actually, that's the very first thing.
Are you
Sorry.
serious?
Yes, this is from bestproducts.com. Adam Schubeck and Bree Diaz. So sorry to break it to you, but you'll probably never use your old cords again. Technology becomes dated so quickly these days, it's safe to say you can get rid of that cord that you're holding on to for your iPhone 2.
I never had an iPhone 2.
But look, I say no. I say nay. Nay, because what if you come across something, you know, that you've got and you want to get the data off of it, or you want to charge it? Do you know how many times I have saved my own butt by having, you know, it's like, oh, I've got this charger or I've got a widget, but I don't have the cord to it. Well, let's go look in the old cord drawer.
You have a cord drawer?
I do.
We have a cord.
In various places. But
We have a couple and a cord milk crate.
Yes. And it has come in handy, like being at a we'll go camping and somebody will show up and it's like, I don't have a cord for my whatever, Apple, for my GoPro, for my older GoPro,
For my Atari,
for
my Commodore 64.
I'm not kidding you. And it is
like Duck Hunt.
and it is pretty awesome to be able to have a cord that nobody else has, you know, and it's like, here you go, here's this, and you're like the rock star of the campground, you know, because you can then listen to whatever that dude has on his
Pong.
CD player from '89.
Play Pong
But
now.
yeah.
So,
Who holds on to coupons forever? Anybody?
I used to. Well, I do have one. When we got a new dishwasher, there was a $3 Cascade coupon, and that was last February, and I still have it in my car just in case I needed to buy Cascade.
Hey, as long as there's no die date on it, it's
No.
still good.
And I have a membership to Sam's, and it's closer than any grocery store, so I tend to go there. But they don't take coupons. Damn it.
So
Sam sent me a coupon once because some bottle of spices, I guess, wasn't filled all the way, so they gave me this coupon to make up for it, and then they wouldn't take it.
Douche.
wow.
I got a deal from Sam's the other day that said, you know how it's like $45 to get your Sam's card now?
Yeah.
But for military, they're giving you $45 off your first purchase.
Oh. Well, there you go. Yeah, I got
Damn.
mine.
Yeah.
I reinstated mine during COVID, so it was like half off, and then I renewed it under military, so it was pretty cheap. It wasn't bad, especially with gas. With nowadays with gas
Yes.
prices, totally freaking worth it now.
All right.
yeah.
Moving on. So I don't know anybody Gen Xers anyway, but I do know some baby boomers that do this.
I'm a Gen X.
As soon as it turns into a new year, it's safe to say you don't need the outdated calendar from last year. However, I got to throw in here, my grandmother, and maybe this is a thing with baby boomers or even whatever the greatest generation before that, they actually wrote stuff, significant things that happened on calendars. And my grandmother, who was born in the early 30s, wrote everything down, and she kept them. And then it was kind of like a diary.
Yeah.
She would go back and look and say, well, on this day, you know, she would write a very short summary, whatever, you know, dog had puppies, or, you know, we planted this or whatever. So this says throw them out. I don't know. If you're writing stuff down on old calendars and stuff, I say hold on to them, because it would be a treasure.
I have to admit, well, the past couple of years, it's still painful to throw them out, but I do, because, you know, I put appointments, not necessarily diary entries, but the first couple of years after my son was born, those were really difficult to throw away.
Right?
First, you know, all of his firsts were on the calendar, and yeah, I didn't want to throw them away. And plus, I made all those goofy calendars with his picture on it, and every full moon had like his, you know, he was like bum and everything. It was just so cute.
You know, I see the value in saving those kind of things. Old takeout menus, yeah, throw them away.
I throw them away. No. And did you see, so speaking of takeout menus, I think of Chinese food, and you see that meme going around all the time lately, past couple of weeks, with the popsicle, the popsicle packets from the Chinese food place sucks or whatever. They show the soy sauce
I haven't
packets.
seen that one.
Yeah, teriyaki. Yeah,
Yeah.
teriyaki and that's
Little soy sauce packs.
Yeah.
yeah. Those
Yeah,
do make
throw 'em away.
terrible freeze pops. or
Super
whatever.
salty.
Glasses with outdated prescriptions. All right, people. Who
Guilty.
holds on to their glasses?
Guilty.
Who holds on to them?
Me
Because, you know. So here's
You
the
never
thing.
know.
How about donating them?
To the Lions Club.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I used to do
a person
that.
in need could be using them. Yeah. But, however, you can get all kinds of glasses at Walmart for like next to nothing.
Here is the motto in the household here.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, and just in case.
Yeah, but it ends up taking up
I
so much
know,
space.
It does.
Every time I've gotten rid of something, not a heartbeat later, is like,
Yep.
shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
my
Just
prescription
had
does,
that.
my prescription does not change much. And one day I went into the backyard, and the wind was so bad it just ripped the glasses right off my face, and they disappeared. So I went to the medicine cabinet, got myself a 2 or 3 year old pair of glasses, put them on, and it took me 2 days to find them because they were like 40 feet away. But I found my glasses.
I love that Stephen Wright joke. Walking down the street, and all of a sudden my eyeglass prescription ran out, and I couldn't see it.
I am guilty of this. Product manuals. Once you put the furniture together, there's no need for the manual. Nay, You might need to, you might need
We
to
have a
look at
kangaroo
something.
and a horse.
You might need to, reference it when something starts to tear up. You might figure out how to fix it with the old manual, how to put it. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I know. Throw them away.
Throw them away. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say because you can just Google it, look it up
But,
online, or
and
YouTube
about
it,
about throwing it away. What does that mean exactly?
burn it.
Send it to the recycle
At my
bin.
house,
I'm bad
it's burn
about
it.
that. I think I still have an old Gateway computer box upstairs.
Wow.
And I don't think they make Gateway computers anymore. That's
Is
the one
it-
that looked like the.
You got a bunch
cow.
of AOL discs in there.
I hate.
I might have some.
I might have some.
I hate.
They make good coasters. You have friends over, you don't want them putting the drinks on your table, just put the old AOL discs out. They find
Tek
it's
Roo,
hilarious.
that is freaking awesome. I bet.
that
No
is pretty
shit,
good.
Tek Roo. I bet you could sell those. You could go to like a novelty store or a gift shop and sell those as coasters.
Especially
is-
the not opened ones.
Yes. Yep.
So, well, I don't forget what I was going to say. Okay, next one. Last year's sunscreen. Old sunscreen loses its ability to protect you. So it's better to just get a new bottle.
Well, I got a confession to make. When we were out on the boat last week in New Hampshire,
New Hampshire.
there's
Yeah.
there's a bottle that we just keep up there. It's been there for probably 10 years. Man, no, 7 years. It's been up there for 7 years. Whenever we go out on the boat, we use the same bottle.
Still in empty, huh?
But just so you know, if you're like for girls or a man who wears makeup, if you wear makeup and your makeup has 15 sunscreen SPF, and then you put a 30 SPF over that, that doesn't make it 45. It's still just 30. Okay. I had to explain that to somebody in my family.
Yeah.
It's just-
So let me
goodness.
tell you what we learned in Florida, and I told somebody about this the other week about sunscreen. Use the number of the sunscreen in terms of minutes. So if it's a SPF 30, then you need to be applying that about, not necessarily on the dot, but about every 30 minutes.
yeah, I don't do that.
Because it's not
I
going to
should.
protect you all day long. It's not. It's going to absorb. It's going to wear off. SPF 30, about every 30 minutes. SPF 50, roughly about every hour, you need to be reapplying it.
Jason
More
Goki.
right.
if you're getting in the water.
Jason Goki has specialty bolts in his drawers. I heard that about him. That's why he's so
I did
popular.
hear
That must be really uncomfortable walking around.
No,
Yeah,
he's popular. It's a good thing.
Does he have the nuts to go with them?
I think so.
probably
They're not,
not.
as rusty as Rusty's.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
somebody wants to
Cardboard
say hi.
boxes.
Come
When
here.
you're done
Okay, come
moving or you're getting all your things that you order from Amazon, get rid of the boxes. Nay.
Here comes the horse again.
If you have animals, the cats love the cardboard boxes. The kids love the cardboard boxes. Use them for that and then throw them away. Come on. Like the greatest gift you can give to a freaking 9-year-old is just a big plain cardboard box.
Oh man, a refrigerator box, dude.
No kidding, man.
Rocket ship, Ford.
Board,
Anything.
board games you don't play. Now, I agree with this one. It's no fun to play a board game that has missing pieces. That's true, especially if you rarely play it. So consider donating it to your local charity where they can take like a few of the boards and put them together and have all the pieces. But who's really doing that? I mean, come on, whatever.
It's a lot of extra bookkeeping.
Oh, that would be
Hey,
nice.
Gilly.
Excess hair ties. Your hair deserves better than something that's been on the floor for who knows how long. Yeah.
Well, if you have your favorites, but
I
no,
disagree.
yeah.
Hair ties come in handy. You can wrap them around anything. They're just like rubber bands.
Yeah. Yeah. Plastic utensils. Whether you've stockpiled forks and knives from takeout food or you have a stash left over, it's definitely time to ditch the plastic. I disagree. I totally disagree because the little packages that you get sometimes with some Chinese restaurants and stuff, I take them and put them in my truck so that when I buy whatever different
Takeout.
Mac and cheese.
or beans and weenies or whatever, and they don't have the utensils at the store, which is a lot of the times. Vienna sausages. It's hard as hell to get them some bitches out without a fork.
Unless you want to get your hand all slimy and palm it,
Right.
slap it into your palm, and it's like, yeah.
You just suck out the middle one.
Yeah, but you got to be
Okay,
able
Monica.
to grab it, and you can't. So, but if you have a fork, that sucker will come right out. This says consider bamboo cutlery. Bullshit. Save the plastic. Come on.
I keep no more than 2 sets of plastic utensils in the truck. The rest go in the trash.
I read this one earlier, and I disagree. Alcohol doesn't stay good forever.
Yes,
depends.
it does.
Wait
It
a minute, it
depends.
gets better
Okay.
with age.
That depends. Let me tell you
Yes.
what, because when I left Italy, between my husband and I, because when you're stationed overseas, there's a certain amount of alcohol you can ship back, but you have to have a minimum of 30 bottles. Between my husband and I, we had 500. And most of it, we had a few years to accumulate. We accumulated. And then after so many, you can add beer, olive oil, vinegar, and some of the other things. So, but the red wine, did not keep. There was some I drank, and once I came back to the States, but then when I came back to the States, then I was deployed for 6 months. And after my deployment, I was pregnant. Then after I was pregnant, I was nursing. So by the time I was able to drink the rest of the wine, it had turned. And I didn't know or had the facilities to make red wine vinegar out of it. And it was the white wine kept. One thing you can keep also if you're stationed overseas or like to collect things like that, cigars. Cigars don't go bad if you keep them in a humidor. Red wine goes bad, and I kept them. The red wine I kept in temperature controlled on their side with the so maybe nowadays with the rubber corks, maybe it's different. But I was so disappointed when I'd go reach for a bottle of red wine from Naples, and I would stick the corkscrew in there, and then the cork would just crumble. And then it was I used it, sometimes to marinate
For cooking
steaks
and
or
whatever.
whatever. But I was heartbroken.
Yeah, oxidation.
So this says hard liquor. I disagree with this. Hard liquor has a longer shelf life of about 2 years.
No,
I disagree.
way longer than 2 years.
It
It
says
depends. Kahlua won't. Kahlua will separate out. It's only good for a few months.
Anything that's creamed.
Yes.
I mean,
anything-
has cream.
yeah. It says it starts to evaporate and change. No, I disagree. If
Nope.
you're covering it, if you're putting the cap back on it, it's not. But uncorked bottles of wine should be drank within 2 weeks of opening because the alcohol, the wine.
Have you ever
white
had
wine-
Have you ever had
Yeah.
an open bottle for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That's
No,
I've got
they don't last 2
I've
weeks
got a
here.
bottle of Vignoles that's been in the fridge for probably 4 months.
yeah.
Oh, I need to come visit and help you out with that because you can't keep that like
Come
that for 2
on
weeks.
down.
Yeah.
But now, see that I have to disagree with that because they sell, 50-year-old scotch. So if it's only good for, a few months, how in the hell do they come up with 25, 50 years, 75-year-old alcohol?
Yeah, is it like? Does it say after it's open?
Look at some of the 100-year-old Napoleon brandy will cost you out your derriere.
Ew, I'm never paying for anything like that again.
So baby clothes, baby stuff. We all know it's seriously
Stop
sad
it.
to get rid of
Stop
those
it.
old onesies.
Stop it!
But
I don't want to hear it.
If the clothes are in good condition, they can help a family in need. So try donating the onesies so that they can have a longer life with somebody else. Absolutely, I agree. Kids grow so damn fast.
La 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 la. I don't
Yeah.
hear you. La 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 la.
So I'm guessing you have some onesies for when Lincoln was.
Only a few, not a lot. And there's this
Yeah.
one stuffed animal because he had I think it's
What
baby
about-
size,
what about-
6 months old Carhartt overalls, and I put it on one of his stuffed animals, and it's still in his closet.
This one might sting a little. DVDs.
Oh, you know.
Yes,
I
I
have a
know.
bunch of
I
them,
know.
too.
I know one. I know one family that has literally thousands of DVDs. People carefully curate their movie collection, only to find that technology gets phased out. You don't need to abandon all of your favorites, but if you could easily clear up some space, dump those movies. That
I
are
actually did
available to
that.
stream.
I actually did that a few years ago. We still have a lot of DVDs, but nowhere near like we used to. And I made like $110 on them. And
Wow. What happens if you have VHS?
I have a whole mess of VHS on the other side of the room here.
yeah, the
Yeah, I got a
no,
shitload of
yeah,
VHS.
yeah, you gotta totally keep those. Those are last.
No, they won't actually. VHS degrades horribly because it's iron oxide and it rusts and
Well, the magnetic particles on one layer of tape affect the magnetic particles on the next layer of tape and the next one, and that's where
Yeah.
you get a lot of
so
print
if
through.
you
There
if
are
you do
plenty.
have some VHS, transfer them to DVD because they will be gone.
There's plenty of companies that do that, but make sure before you play it, because sometimes if you play it nowadays because they're so brittle, you might not. But make sure
Yep.
if you give it to a company, make sure you know what's on there
Yep.
before, or don't, whatever. Be surprised. It'll be fun. It'll be like, oh wow, I forgot about that one. The 1986 World Series. Oh my God! Don't tape over that.
Former bestsellers. So I like this. Have y'all seen the free libraries that pop up in weird places? I've seen a lot of them at campgrounds where somebody will put up a little box and it'll have books that they've read. It's like take a book, leave a book.
Oh, I love that idea.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Little free libraries is what they're called. I have found some good books and left a couple. That's awesome. Do that. Leave a book, take a book.
Love
yeah, but
it.
I don't think they mean hustler. I think they mean real books.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, I got 1997. Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, old medication. If you have old medication,
Put that in the little free library. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
no, don't put that in the library. Well,
I save some old medication, some old antibiotics, but I actually,
No.
when you said about a month ago, I kind of
no.
it in habit.
Antibiotics are bad. Bad. Get rid of them. If you have old ones, more than a year or two old, get rid of them because no, it's bad.
Oh.
For peace of mind, follow the FDA's advice. Check to see if the old medication is on the list of those that should be flushed. If not, they recommend tossing medications by mixing it into coffee grounds or old kitty litter, and blacking out any of the info on your prescription bottles.
Well, I tend to save them because the VA takes care of me, and they're not really good with refilling stuff.
Expired spices.
I still
because
keep those.
At some
They
point,
work.
it's no longer cinnamon; it's flavorless dust.
Some of them still work.
Yeah, well,
Oh, what was the
I'm
one?
still-
I hardly ever. Oh, coriander. Rarely use coriander. And
Yeah.
about a month or so ago, I was making a brand new pulled pork recipe, and it said coriander, and I had to dug really deep. Like I don't even remember buying it. It was probably from 1997, but it still worked.
yeah. I know I'm working on some sweet basil that I know I've had here in the house for what century are we in now?
Yeah. So, old towels and worn sheets. They've been washed so many times they're practically translucent. A good place to give them, donate them to, is animal shelter.
Animal shelter.
Yes.
Knew that one.
Yep, they can use them. It keeps the little pups or kittens warm. They can wrap them in them. Yes, give them,
And for bedding.
donate them.
Yep.
Yes. Plastic grocery bags. Who has a wad of plastic grocery bags?
Guilty.
I have a ton of them.
Straight into the trash.
Yes. So instead, round them up and take them to a place that'll recycle them. Who recycles them?
You go to the grocery store or Walmart, they have a bin out back where you're supposed to put them in it, but I don't know if they actually do it. If I go to I know Walmart doesn't have the option anymore, but if I go to the commissary or the exchange or something like that, they have paper bags, and I just fill up a paper bag. I like, has nothing to do with environmental anything. I like paper bags better because when you fill them up, you just throw them in the trunk and they don't fall over and they don't whatever.
Yep.
And then when I come home, I can take old receipts, old papers, and everything that you just said and throw them in a paper bag and throw them in the fire pit.
Yep.
Gone. Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Done deal.
Reusable totes. So you're not supposed to keep the grocery bags, but you're supposed to use totes that might have chicken juice on it or whatever.
Are we done? Are you kidding? We didn't say our final words.
Oh, crap.
Thank you, Tech. Thank
I
you,
can
Lep.
breathe again.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And thank you guys for hanging out with us on your Sunday night.
Thank you.
for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's crazy. Check back next week. Maybe Sean will jump in with us. Who knows? Love you guys. Join us. Whatever. Go buy some shit.
Where did the time go? Oh, my God. That was crazy. That totally snuck up. Seriously. Wait, we're still
Yeah,
on
it did.
YouTube. So don't say anything bad about anybody. Wait a minute.
Well,
Yeah,
except that
poor
one
Tech.
guy. Except that one guy.
Oh, Barbara, thank you.
What did I do wrong?
What'd you do?
Love you, Barbara. Leslie.
Okay. We're disconnected from Mojo. Let me disconnect us from YouTube.
Timothy Ratliff. Thank you, brother.
You guys get a lot of folks tuned in.